Welcome to Primo RV Center. Inside a brand new addition to the Remote family from Coachmen. This is in their ultralight 7-foot wide Remote series. So kind of meant to give you a starting point in terms of being off-grid, or at least have that capability right off the bat. We are equipped here with 200 watts of solar on the roof and room for multiple batteries, so we can certainly help you if that's the plan eventually, is to take a lot of sites that aren't necessarily plug-in sites. We can assist you kind of with the right battery choices. I'm going to start here right by the door. We've got a standard removable, rechargeable Bluetooth speaker, so that can come right outside onto the table, a picnic table, or down by the underneath the awning for it. So you can basically stream any music or radio station you wish to use, and have it a little close to the user, or take it to the beach, which is great too. So hopefully you're going to live outside under the awning, and that's the awning switch directly there. You've got a little spot here for some books or maps. We've got a great little outlet here for the kitchen, could also be a little bit of a charging station. And just down below, next to the fire extinguisher, we do have a light, which has the reciprocating light just on the other side of the doors there. So you've got a little light right at the doorway, which is very, very handy. This is the 18.2 model. This is actually one of the first ones off the line. So we've got a bonus feature here we'll show you in a second. So this unit is well equipped. Everything that you need, a great little addition if maybe you're coming out of a tent trailer or just looking for more convenience to be able to take you and your family. You've got the capability for 4 separate beds in a very small space. So body-wise 18.2, under 21 feet tip to tail, and just over 3,050 pounds for dry weight. So a lot of SUV choices out there for this particular layout. Certainly small trucks, never an issue. You've got 2 bunks in the back. We've got a dinette that allow you to drop into that 3rd child bed option. And then we've got a great queen setup here at the front. Lots of light here as well. So you've got cross ventilation. So if you're not on grid, again, you've got 2 windows at either end, and the great big porthole window here at the front. So letting in lots of light on a day that's not particularly nice outside or a little darker. We've got LED lights throughout, so they really bounce off the lighter tones in here. Lots of room for putting baggage and luggage up top here. You do also have room for storage underneath the dinette here. You can also store away the legs for the table there. And then great big storage options up top here, so you've got lots of depth to them. So it's a great place to kind of keep the books, maps, games, those kind of things for rainy days. Some additional dishes as well. You've got great storage here in the kitchen, so they really maxed out the storage here. Added some drawers in the last year here as well. So you've got the drop-in sink lid here, so giving you full counter space here to work with. So the glass top for the 2-burner stove will act as a bit of a backsplash when that's down. Again, increased counter space. Lots of room for your dishes up top. Some storage for pots and pans just down below. You've got your microwave just underneath your stove. Central furnace here, so it's going to quickly cool things, warm things up for you. And the cooling department, we do have standard AC, but we also have a 3-speed fan here in the middle. I popped it open just to bring in that natural light, which is really, really nice to have on a gorgeous day like today. You've got great big windows of the same size, almost opposing each other, with the door here with a screen. So you've got just a ton of airflow through here. So it really does a great job of getting you ready to be off grid. Again, then you don't have to rely on air conditioning as often, because you're going to get lots of cross flow here. Each individual bunk will also have its bed. You've got the ignition for that furnace we just mentioned just right here. There is a setup here for a television, so should you ever want to set one up, you have a digital antenna on the roof right next to your standard 200 watt solar panel, and all the hookups there for you. So nice and easy to set up. So we head back. We've got a 12-volt fridge here. Again, that'll pair quite well with multiple batteries if you're looking to be off grid. Lots of depth here because you don't have propane. So you've got a lot more depth here to work with. Nice 8 cubic foot fridge. Little separate freezer. Nice height too. You've got a lot of height in the bottom bunk, so again, a younger child can sit up and actually play in that area. Certainly if you want to squeeze in there and do some nighttime reading, certainly space for that as well. You've got some curtains here as well to offer some privacy. There are blackout shades on all the windows, and then screens on all the windows, and the bottom one is an emergency exit window, so you've always got that extra spot to be able to get out, or certainly your children do. Great unit for grandparents as well, so we certainly have a lot of clients over the years that want a small trailer. They'd love to have the bunks. They'll use them as storage if the grandkids aren't there, and then when they're there, they always have that dedicated space. So we've got, as we head back here, great little pantry spot as well, just above our fridge. So lots of depth to it. So you've got room for cans, and again, all the bread and everything else. So a little bonus is one of our first off the line here, we have tank heaters on board. So if you're someone who potentially is going to push the seasons, nice thing is, little security, peace of mind, you can always activate those. It'll use the battery power, and it's got a little pad on the bottom of each of your tanks. It'll make sure that the water keeps flowing for you. We do have on-demand hot water here, so basically an endless supply of hot water. So if you are trying to bathe children, especially at night, and you've got a few of them. Again, you're going to be able to create a lot of hot water, especially if you've got water on site on your campground. We've got the ability to quickly check on our tanks here. So our monitor panel will give us the gray, black, and fresh in terms of their levels. And then also a battery level as well, show how much of a charge we have. We've got power back here as well. Great little 2-piece bath. Great little tub, so especially if you've got really little ones, certainly will age well with you. You've got nice height here as well. Skylight, which will help with those that are a little bit taller. You do have a vent as well as a fan to help exhaust that hotter air, all the condensation, and some spots to hang towels here as well. And the back side of that door could also be a great spot to, again, hang some additional items, especially if you're a family of 4 or 5. Be able to keep some gear back there. What's great in this particular type of model is everything really has its place. So once you've kind of set things up the way you want it to be, you know, especially of this length, you can certainly keep it in many driveways. It's just an awesome little unit to take last minute trips. Again, you've always got that solar working for you. That fridge will be cool in a couple hours. So pretty much if you come home on a Friday night, decide to take a last minute trip, flip on the fridge, by the time you're at your destination, it's cold, even if you don't have power when you get there. So really, really well set up, and just that ease of use factor, which so many people are looking for, especially if they're coming out of something like tents or tent trailers. This unit's really going to give you that. Let's show you some great features outside here. Certainly number one, the awning. I love the fact it runs right to the back corner, and then it'll extend past and go right to that front compartment. So you've got maximum awning length here. It's going to come out a full 8 feet. I've only got it out a couple feet. So you've got lots of shade here. You've got the Lippert steady steps, so you can basically, if you've got an uneven spot here, we can make sure that each leg is nice and level. So again, going to give you lots of stability. You've got the grab handle standard here so that you can quickly give yourself some stability, or especially if you've got really young kids just learning to walk, they'll appreciate having something to grab onto. Great storage here as well. So you'll see our charge controller for that solar panel just inside on the right. We've got a switch here for a light on the very front. You'll see that aluminum framing underneath the bed. So again, aluminum framing throughout the coach as well as the walls, and that's what's helping to bring down the weight. And it's also something that obviously can absorb water. So speaking of water, on the back side of the fiberglass and the inside walls, you have full Asdel composite throughout any Coachmen ultralight, which this is included. So it can absorb water. So you've got something that's going to age very well and isn't going to start to decompose if it ever gets touched by water, which is a great little insurance policy should you miss on the maintenance at some point. Up front, this particular unit was optioned with a bike rack. So you've got a bike rack here for 2 bikes. So at least you can start with maybe the bigger bikes if you want to keep the adult bikes there. You've got a propane tank just behind that. Room for multiple batteries. So again, if you're looking to be off the grid, we can make some great battery recommendations in terms of upgrades that would allow you to be out there longer. You're going to have a battery cutoff switch, which is a great one. When it goes into storage, even in the driveway, basically it'll kill the power to everything inside that might draw power, and then that 200-watt solar panel is always still working for you. So that way, again, if you want to take that last minute trip, it's well set up to do that because it's going to be fully charged, ready to go whenever you are. That's your big porthole window here within that 3/4 length cap. Nice little LEDs, again giving you lots of light facing forward. So with this kind of cap setup, you've got less maintenance, less seams, less things to maintain. You've got a nice high stone guard here as well. As we come around towards the back side, we've got some preset up here for cooking as well. So if you want to add a griddle or a barbecue, there are some that will integrate to a rail. Should you want it to hang off the side, we have propane brought right to the back here. So it's a low pressure system there. So again, anything that can operate off low pressure, whether it's a barbecue or a stove, can integrate there. You could also use a plug-in griddle type scenario. So just a little table, tuck it up next to it. Love the fact you've got aluminum wheels, less maintenance here. So you're not going to be painting wheels and rims. And then we've got some great additional features, which we've talked to them about adding, and they've taken our advice after we demoed some of them. So we've got some fender flares here, really looks sharp. As we come around to the back side, we have pre-set up for a roof ladder here from Lippert. So we carry the ladder in stock. Should it ever be an option you want to add, it's all set up for it. We've got a backup camera pre-set up here in the middle at the top. Standard spare tire here at the back. Great feature with kids or pets. Hot and cold outside shower, something you'll use quite often, especially if you're coming back from the beach. You can quickly rinse off, keep the sand outside. We've got easy access to that hot water tank, which is a tankless hot water. So when it comes to winterization, we've got 4 large jacks, so all 4 corners. With this particular model, you get an extra storage compartment, which is a great one for all the hoses, all your adapters, all the hookup things you're going to use on this side. They can be tucked in here, and then the front pass-through can be used for, the fishing rods, the tables, the chairs, all that natural stuff you're going to naturally put in there. Black and gray exit just the back here, so everything kind of run to the back. Our water hookups here, we have standard water hookup. Just below that, if you have sewer on site, you have a black tank flush. That'll help to keep your tank sensors clean in the black tank. We've got our 2 windows here on the back side of our bunk. Again, the bottom one is an emergency exit window, so you have additional safety there for the kids. 30 amp hookup, so if you do want to run the AC, you want to be shopping for a campsite with 30 amp service. If that's not a priority, anything that's 20 or 30 amp, you would have the adapter. We would supply it with your kit, and we'll make sure you're well set up. Cable and satellite hookup here, should you have it on site. Again, those big opposing windows between the kitchen and the dinette here, so you get some great cross flow. And then we've got our water fill, so if you're coming into a campground, they're going to fill up there, or you want to fill up with water from home, that is the spot you would do it. And when it comes time to head out and you want to make sure you dumped it all, you've got a massive gate valve. You pull that, and about 10 seconds later, all that water is out of the coach and you're off and running to hit the road. We welcome at Primo RV Center to come have a closer look at this brand new addition to the Coachmen Remote Ultralight Series, the 18.2R. Just a wonderful little family coach, a great way to start or perhaps continue your adventures on the road.